Kivas were an ancient Pueblo people's answer to indoor plumbing. The ancient Egyptians kept detailed records of their wealth, not just for tax purposes, but because they believed it brought good fortune. And instead of plastic surgery, the Mayans had a natural way of enhancing their looks. These are just a few examples of how ancient cultures solved problems that we're still dealing with today. In the 19th century, archaeologists unearthed a series of underground tunnels and chambers at the Taos Pueblo in New Mexico. They soon realized that this subterranean complex was a sophisticated irrigation system. He soon realized that the markings on the tablet were numbers and that it was a record of valuable items belonging to one of the pharaohs. Their society was highly stratified, but there was a high degree of social mobility. It might not be easy to find the solution, but as the old proverb goes, the only true wisdom is in knowing you know nothing. A commoner who displayed exceptional skills or bravery could work his way up to the elite ruling class. One way the Maya enhanced their social status was through plastic surgery, or as the Mayans called it, the operation. Archaeologists have found evidence that the Maya performed rhinoplasties, or nose jobs, as well as other procedures to reshape the skull and alter facial features. These operations were not just for the wealthy elite, but were accessible to commoners as well. It was an early example of an accounting ledger. The Egyptians kept meticulous records of their assets, not only to track who owned what, but because they believed that doing so brought good fortune. In fact, each pharaoh's wealth increased by 20% every year to account for the increase in value that prosperity brought. Maybe there's something to this accounting. After all, the GDP of the countries with the best record-keeping practices is on average 10 higher than the rest of the world. The local indigenous people called it a kiwe, a word that means something like place where water is collected. Quíos had constructed, the Maya built great cities in what is now Central America. These elaborate networks of tunnels and storage rooms to hold water from the Rio Grande for use during the dry season. Though we're still using a similar system to water the crops in the American Southwest, some 350 years later in 1874, British archaeologist Flinders Petrie discovered a small clay tablet while excavating a site in Egypt in the 16th century. So the next time you're faced with a problem, big or small, remember that someone somewhere has already solved it. Don't forget to follow, like, and share this video if you find interesting.